Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you about the eye. Look, I'm gonna cut the eye out. Am I gonna chop? No. Am I gonna follow the line? Now you're gonna learn something about bubble cutting. Okay, when you bubble cut, you cut around it first. Otherwise, you're cutting with trying to get in between things. And some of the things we're gonna do, you'll have a lot of parts on one piece of paper, and you'll have to cut them out. So you learn to bubble cut. And bubble cut means that you just cut your pencil and kind of draw around it like that. And I'll cut that part out first. So so I'm not dealing with the other eye at all, I cut that out first. Okay, here I go. Now I'm gonna cut this eye out, and because it's his eye, her eye, whatever it is, we're gonna call it its eye, okay? But you know what? It's a worker bee. I wonder if all worker bees are boys. You know what? If I were you, I'd tell Mrs. Weech to look it up. Tell her to turn on the computer, and not right now though, because we're too busy working. But tell her tomorrow, please turn on the computer. Can we find out if all the worker bees are boys, or are they boys and girls? And then the queen we know is a girl. There we have it. Now, there's her eye. So you can put your eye ever how you want it. Once again, I'm gonna put the glue on really to my best might I can, way to the edge. None of this stuff. Go clear to the edge and do it really, okay, and then okay, there you go. Okay, and then now, once you've done that, you've got that whole side finished, then just flip it over and do the same thing with the piece here, the piece here, the piece here, and the eye. Now, if Mrs. Weech tries to hurry you through this, tell her you'd rather finish it tomorrow instead of having math. Okay. Ready? So now we have that. Now we have the most exciting part of all. We're going to make our bee fat. So you take your scraps and take some of it, just some of it. Well, not yet, and get it kind of wadded up so you'll have it ready. Not too much, but you get it wadded up so it's all ready. And that's probably enough. Then we're gonna glue our bee together. Okay, I'm gonna go from this dot all the way around to this dot. Now, I'm telling you something. We're not gluing in the middle. We're just gluing all around the edge. All around the edge. So now I'm gonna do that. Ready? All around the edge. Nice. I've got to get it on there good now or the bee won't stay. It'll fall apart. Okay, and so I'm going all the way around. Do you see what I'm doing? Oh, but I didn't. Yeah, I did go too far. So we're stopping at the dot. Okay, you see me? See I'm going around? Okay, now I've got that part. Stop. I'm gonna go to this dot right here. Okay? Now I'm gonna put them together. This is hard, so do a little bit at a time. The best way is to get right there at the neck and make sure those are flat, straight together. All right, this is hard. Okay, there, but I don't glue it down here. I leave that open. Okay? Now that I've done that, now I'm gonna give it a chance. Run your finger around it to make it good and tight, okay? Then I'm gonna reach in there with my hand and put my stuffing in. I'm gonna try to get some up by its face. If you don't glue it right enough, now see, mine's coming apart a little bit. So I've got to make sure I have plenty of glue on it. Glue is important here. Okay, and now I'm going to try to stuff some of this up in there. You don't need to stuff it too full because it's not going to do it very well if you do. Okay, and try to get some up in his head, its head. You know what? I think I'm just going to make it fat right there. That still looks good. Don't you think? Yeah, it does. Now I have to glue the stinger on. So the stinger has to stick out the tail here. So I'm gonna put the stinger, now I'm gonna go all the way around, and I've gotta put some on the stinger. Where's the middle? So there's the stinger, and then I have to put glue on top of the stinger, and now I can glue it down. Now we have it. See? Isn't that so cool? I'll bet you never made anything big like this in kindergarten, did you? That's why you have to learn first grade skills. And what are the first grade skills? Always point your scissor toward the front of your desk. Always do your best job of gluing. Now look, on this one, see that? That came out a little bit too big, so I'm gonna trim it off because I like everything to look nice. See? I'm gonna trim it off a little bit and make it look right. Isn't that a good idea? You think it's a good idea? I know you do. Okay, so there, see what I did to make it the same? Now, if I had glued these on the other side, they'd be on both sides, like that, okay? Now the wings. So first thing you gotta do is we got one wing for each side, one eye for each side. Okay, I'm bubble cutting first. So I'm bubble cutting just to get them like that into two separate wings. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut around them. I'm always gonna point my scissors towards the front of my desk. You see that? You see me? What am I doing with my other hand? That's right, you guessed it. I'm turning the wing. My scissors are always pointing towards the front of the desk. Isn't that, I bet you never learned that before, did you? Okay, there you go. There's the wing. Okay, now I'm going to put some, I don't like that on there. I don't know, the copy machine did that, so I'm gonna cut that off. I don't like it. Okay, now I'm gonna put the wing on, and I don't care if it really where it is, but I don't have to do much glue. I'm just gonna do some glue like this. Da-da-da, but I still have to always get around the edge. Right, now the wing. Here we go. There's your bee. Okay. And if you wanna put a mouth on it, you can. It's up to you. And I think she's gonna hang them up from the ceiling, right over your desk. You know, if the wing really flops down too much, you can always put a little more glue. I'm going to. A little more glue. I just don't want it to flop down that much. There. See that? Go in that nice little box that Mrs. Weech got for you, and you can make a smile, a mouth on your thing, and then if you really want to make it look like a smile, if you kind of put a little U right there, see that? There you have it. And when you get the other side on, then it'll really be cool. And one of these days, I'm coming in there. As soon as they let you take the mask off and they let people like me in. Because I've got lots of fun things. But Mrs. Weech does have rules. And the rules are, if you don't do your work, or if you get your stick turned, to the fun lady.